Mary meet Scorpio, Scorpio sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Scorpio starting today, the 11th of October, 2023. Let's see, I'm reading with the Marseille Cat Tarot today, and I've already purified with this Agua de Colonia Concentrada. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Suzanne, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Shirley. We're live on YouTube and on Twitch. And if you're watching on a restream on YouTube, you can fast forward through all my shuffling if you want to by using the timestamps right in the video description. I do not read with card reversals, and I just remind people of that just in case it seems weird to you to see somebody flipping cards right side up. All is well, I promise. This is a 2-week reading for all you Scorpios, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. Starting today, the 11th of October, 2023, going out to all you Scorpios. Lots of Scorpios there, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard that reading, and you can check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs. And you can find all of those on my website, ariels-corner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link right in the video description. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow us. You can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of merchandise, including tarot decks there. We make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. Another way to support us, if you're watching live on YouTube, is to use a super sticker or super chat right in the chat thread. If you are on a restream, you could use a super thanks if you're on YouTube. Or you could use our PayPal portal if you feel like giving a donation, and that's at paypal.me/ArielGatoga, paypal.me/ArielGatoga. A lot of times you'll see that we have major arcana or trump cards come up. I have meditations for almost each and every one of those that'll help you optimize those readings, and you can find those tarot card meditations on the website, ariels-corner.com. Just click on the meditations link. You can also find a link to all those tarot meditations right in the video description of each and every tarot reading on YouTube. All right, let's shuffle one more time. We'll give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Scorpios. Ba-dum-bum. What's the what? What's the haps? We've got a 10 of Swords, we've got a 4 of Cups, and we've got a 6 of Wands. Wow, that's a nice progression. So, lots of nonsense that you're coming out of. And I don't want to, belabor the point that a lot of times the 10 of Swords is the result of our own doing. But regardless of how you got there, what you're doing about it now is amazing. You're disengaging from any of the conflict that's happening, whether or not it had anything to do with you or not. It doesn't even matter who's responsible for this happening. What you're doing is responsible. You're disengaging from it. You're saying, no, let's not do that. Let's not engage in the conflict. It's not healthy. It's not helping. I want to move forward with my life, and I want to be powerful. And that's amazing. And that's what you're doing. And that's why you're starting to get some feeling of rest and peace and relief, because you've made the decision. That power of decision is the most powerful thing that we have. That's our main superpower as spiritual beings, is the power of choice. And it looks like you are using that power of choice in amazing ways. Now, when we call upon that higher power, it's not because I'm so stupid and I'm not good enough and there's got to be a greater power than me that can fix it all for me because I'm just a piece of lint. That's not the right attitude, and I think a lot of people misunderstand it. When we call upon the higher power, we are saying that I know myself, that I am deserving of better than what I'm getting. I know that. I just can't remember how to get there. I've forgotten how to get there. I know my soul remembers, but I'm, as an ego, as a personality, I'm lost, and I just need help. I just need help finding it. I just need help finding my way home. And that's what you're doing today. You're asking for help. Now, for many of you, you're asking for help in regards to important work in the world, and that's wonderful, because the Six of Wands is the solar light, how it has to do with your will, has to do with your work in the world, and also how it has to do with your soul's journey and your true will. And so it's an important card. So when I see that Six of Wands right after that Four of Cups, it's saying I'm withdrawing from the drama and I'm turning to that solar light, that higher power, to guide me, to show me, and to also do for me everything I can't do for myself. You know, it's okay if you can't do it all. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you're defective. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you if you can't do it all. It's wonderful to know that you can't do it all. I think a lot of times people think, well, you know, I don't want to just be a baby. I don't want to just be some sort of infant. I want to, have skill. I want to have muscle. I want to have spiritual muscle in the game. I want to have be able to do for myself, and that's a very valiant desire. But can you imagine if you thought, well, there's something wrong with me because I don't know how to create photosynthesis. There's something just wrong with me because I can't create flowers. I just if I could just get how to make an ocean, So there's a lot of stuff that we're not supposed to do. And that's what the Six of Wands is all about, is recognizing that a lot of the stuff that you feel bad about, maybe, Scorpio, that you should be farther along, isn't possible for you to figure out by yourself. You're not supposed to figure it out by yourself. But it is there to be taken care of for you. And it's okay to be taken care of. It doesn't mean that you're less of a magician or less of a spiritual adept because you need to be taken care of. In fact, a spiritual adept knows that they need to be taken care of. A spiritual adept knows that they're not that they're not autonomous, and you don't want to be autonomous. So I think you're doing great. I think you are doing so well, especially coming from where you came from. It's like 180 degrees change. Two of Wands, Devil card, and Queen of Cups. I love it. So the Devil on top of this Four of Cups is you contemplating, is you not giving in to temptation. Not giving into temptation. The reason why we have temptation is because the ego is a habit of thinking of let's burn the house down. The ego wants to destroy us. The ego wants us dead in our tracks. The ego wants us to fail. Not because the ego is some evil entity out there, but the ego is that habit of thinking that we all got into a long time ago and never questioned. Never bothered to question it. Never wondered why does all this stuff happen? Why am I constantly, in turmoil? We never question it. We just assume that that's just the way things are. Well, you're not doing that. You've got this Four of Cups is you making a nice contemplation and not responding to the temptations to destroy yourself like everybody else tends to do. You're saying, let's just think about things a little bit more clearly before we take action. Let's recognize that some of these things I don't want to do that I think I should do. And that maybe I'm not, maybe my ego's not as smart as it wants me to believe it is. Maybe the true wisdom lies in an intelligence outside of the way that I've always done things. And that's what this Queen of Cups is all about, is nurturing that new information and that new source of information. It's like a new channel of information. Can you imagine getting a brand new cell phone that could do all kinds of things that you never had before? You could call your spirit guide and have a nice little chit chat about all the things that you needed to do, and that you didn't have to wonder where to go and how to be and what to do. Well, that's what you're developing right now. That's what this pulling back and considering things before you act is giving you. And a lot of what that new cell phone is that you have is saying, call on that solar light, because a lot of the things that you want to have, be, and do are things that you're not supposed to be burdened with yourself. They're things that are just there for you. It's just like you don't have to create oxygen. You don't have to now I've got the burden of creating oxygen before I can take a breath. You know, a lot of the things that you want, you aren't supposed to create. That doesn't make you some sort of less than being. It means that a lot of what you were burdened by are erroneous ideas that you were supposed to be responsible for things that had nothing to do with you. That were none of your business. The oxygen's there for you to breathe in. That's just how it works. The sunlight is there for you to bask in. You don't have to create the sun. Right? So that's what you're getting now. You're getting these wonderful ideas, Scorpio, of wow, a lot of what I thought I needed to do, I don't have to do. I can just ask for it. That's the adept, is just asking and allowing it to manifest. Asking and allowing it to be there. Knowing that it's not up to you to create it or figure it out or be responsible for so many of those things that you thought you were responsible. That's what the ego wants you to believe. That's how the ego keeps us chained. See how it's chained? It's like, oh, you want to be happy? Oh boy, well you're gonna have to do a lot of work, and it's gonna look like this and look like that and look like this, and until you can get these things accomplished, you're just gonna have to wait. Whereas the Queen of Cups is saying, no, call on that solar light to recognize that none of these things that you think you need to do are your responsibility. They're already done for you. It's already there. The ego knows that it can't tell you to create oxygen because it knows that that's already a given. But a lot of the other things that are just as silly as you thinking you need to create oxygen, it's giving you the ideas that you're responsible for. You're not responsible for so much of for the bulk of your happiness. The only thing you're responsible for is retreating from the temptation of the self-destructive tendencies, doing some real deep contemplation, Scorpio, and asking for guidance and asking that it be done for you. When you ask for the solar light to come in and reorganize things so that the divine design of your life starts to manifest, it's just like taking a shower. It's like taking a shower, brushing your teeth. If you're a guy, it's shaving your face. Maybe if you're into that, doing your hair, getting some new clothes on, and feeling wonderful. That's all it is. And you're ready for the day. You've done your part. The rest of it, infinite intelligence takes care of for you. The rest of it is infinite intelligence orienting all of the forces of the universe so that your soul can do its function here. And by the way, Scorpio, your soul's function is to be happy. So all of the things that the ego is promising you are included in that, but so much more. So much more. Because the ego's game is it's an old, like I said, it's an old computer program. It's like a computer virus to destroy us. But the ego's game is get you really obsessed over little tiny insignificant things that seem so important so that you don't bother with the solar light. You don't bother with the nurturing of your abilities. You don't bother with that contemplation. You don't bother using your mind in a higher way. But instead, you're understanding, no, I can pull back. I cannot take the bait. I can call on that solar light and things can transform for me in wonderful ways. And that not only is that it's not some big new event. That's just the way life is supposed to be for you. It's just like taking a breath, getting up, taking a shower, brushing your teeth. It's just that normal. All of these miracles that are waiting for you are just normal. And that's what a spiritual adept is someone that lives in the spiritual normalcy, whereas everybody else, all the rest of us, before we are spiritually adept, are living in a very abnormal world. It's normal in that everybody's doing it, but it's not the way it's supposed to happen. It's not natural. What's natural is to have your needs met and to be happy and to live in that sort of miraculous experience always. And you're doing it. And I'm very proud of you. All right, Scorpio, good job. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Suzanne and Shirley. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, Scorpio. Blessed be.